What's up guys? In this video I want to talk all about Mesh Machine. This is arguably one of the best Blender add-ons aside from Hardops and Box Cutter that actually allow you to get results that you can't get in native Blender. It basically turns Blender into a CAD based workflow and it is insane. So I really want to go in depth into this tool. If you don't have it, get it. It is essential for hard surface modeling. I've been using it a lot more recently now that I've found some new settings that I didn't know about. So I want to show you here. So I'm just going to start by adding in a cylinder. We're going to rotate it. We're going to scale it. I'm going to scale it again. Going to maybe bevel these areas. Something like that should be okay. And then what I want to do is maybe duplicate this, and we'll move it up, maybe move this back a little bit, and just kind of put that right in there. That looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and union these two together, and let me just add in a few loop cuts in each of the models here, just so that way the shading is kind of isolated. There's no sort of massive shading streaks or anything. Just keep this nice and dense so it'll work well for us. Cool, so now what we need to do is we need to apply that boolean, that union, and you're going to see these are basically fused together. Now check this out. This is where Mesh Machine is incredibly powerful. So let's say I wanted to select, this edge that's kind of, connecting these two together that we just got from the union. If I alt-click on the edge, Blender doesn't know where to select just because, these vertices here aren't merged. It doesn't really know, what to select down. But in Mesh Machine, we actually have this feature here called LSelect. And if you go here, it's going to basically know exactly which area to select around the mesh. Now, I don't actually go into the menu to select this. You can actually select an edge here, alt-click the edge again, and it'll turn on the LSelect feature that way. So once you kind of have that selected, if I try to bevel this right here, Control B, you're going to see, obviously, everything goes crazy, and that's because we're using Blender. It's a polygon-based modeling software, so when we bevel this and we start overlapping with the surrounding geometry, we're naturally going to get some crazy results. And this is where Mesh Machine comes in handy. Again, a lot of you might know of this tool, but there's some additional settings I want to show you. So if I press Y and then go to Offset Cut, what this basically does, let me make the width very small. What this basically does is it eats the surrounding geometry. I've made videos on this before. I'm sure you've seen it, but I want to show you something really powerful. So let's say I want, a really large bevel, like over to here, not a small one. If I try to extend this farther, it starts collapsing because basically what we get, notice like right about here in the corner, those corner edges eventually start overlapping with each other. So we can't push this offset cut out too far. So what we can actually do is we can turn on the smooth option, and what that's going to do is kind of smooth these down, this edge all the way down, all the way across, and you can kind of increase the iterations, and it's just going to kind of push it more and more. Now we can't push this one too far, but we can push it to the point where we actually have, more space to really extend this out. See that? And then as we extend it out more, we can play more with that smoothing value. And also there's a value here for factor, and essentially what that does is it increases the resolution around these corners, makes it nice and round for us. We don't have to go too high. But look, I have so much more space to actually push this out, and I can't go too far, but like I said, I can keep increasing that smooth value if I want. And it's just going to keep giving me more and more space to really push this out. So now once I've kind of found like a decent position, what I can do is I can run my bevel, give a good amount of segments there, and we're going to have a pretty nice union boolean with a nice bevel. So you're going to see it's not necessarily going to be perfect always. Some of these corners might be a little bit messy, but what I could try to do is right click, go to loop tools, and then try to relax it. Sometimes relaxing that geometry kind of helps it out. Same for this area. I could also try using the boolean cleanup feature, and sometimes that'll kind of help with the shading around here as well. It's already a lot better. But essentially, I've always told people, worry less about the topology and worry more about the shading. If you can isolate the shading, That's mainly what we're going for, unless you have a specific reason that you need good clean topology, then of course that's a different story. So now what you can really start doing is just kind of stacking these different effects that Mesh Machine has to offer, and you're going to get some pretty cool results. So I could come in here, I could run another Boolean. Maybe I'll pull this back and do something like this. Pull that back a little bit. And let me just apply rotation and scale, and we'll bevel that. Cool. And then we'll just move this back a little bit. And then what I can do is, once again, I can, apply that Boolean. I can run my LSelect again. You're going to see we kind of have a nice selection around here. And then this one will have a much smaller offset cut. We don't need to go too high. And when you have smaller offset cuts, generally you can turn off that smooth feature and maybe increase the factor a little bit. It'll make that nice and round. I try to match the segment count with the bevel next to it. It makes it look a little bit more accurate. So, I could bevel that. And now we have a really clean bevel around that model. And this technique is very good for form studies. Whenever you're just playing with shapes and things like that, this is the tool I'm always using. Now, one thing I've also been doing, just as a side note, is if you have Quad Remesher, it is a pricey add-on. I just want to show you anyways. If you do have Quad Remesher, what I've actually been doing is I've been just looking at the scene statistics, just looking at the try count, trying to match it more or less, and then I'm just remeshing it. And what that does for me is it automatically solves those nasty shading issues you can see. It just completely remeshes it. So if you do have Quad Remesher, this is also a nice solution just to fix up those minor shading problems that occur. So pretty cool stuff. Now I want to show you one more thing that a lot of people are completely overlooking. Let's say I have a cube and I want to take a cylinder, and maybe I'll position the cylinder, move it up, move it, or rotate it 45 degrees. Let me hide this. And then I'll just put this somewhere in here, right? And let's say I want to union this to the cube. So what I see a lot of people doing is they're trying to make, more complex models, kind of like this. They're running the union. Let me put a few loops in here for shading. And then, they're applying their union Boolean, and then they're trying to use the offset cut feature in situations like this. So first of all, if we try to use that LSelect, select an edge, and then alt-click the edge again, it actually selects parts of the cube as well. So we need to turn on this option here for sharp select. And you're going to see, in this case, it still doesn't quite know which area to select. It's still not selecting this bottom portion here, only the upper portion. So that's the first issue. The second issue we run into is even if we select this portion that didn't get selected manually, I'll go ahead and do that now. Even when we have this selected, if we try to use our offset cut here, what happens is it kind of works, but these corners do not function very well with the offset cut because this is a very hard corner and the offset cut's not going to work as well as you want it. And even if you try to smooth it, it's just the smoothing's not going to work. So if you try to increase the width, it's simply not going to do a good job. And that's because of the nature of offset cut, you need to have smooth geometry all the way around the set of edges you have selected. You see, all these edges here are completely smooth, they're nice and round and just consistent all the way around. But once we hit this corner, it's no longer smooth. There's no bevel right here to continue down with that smoothness, if that makes sense. So whenever you're using these offset cut features, guys, what you need to make sure you're doing before you apply any sort of union booleans, like in this case, you need to make sure that you have that smooth geometry. So what I need to actually do is make sure this edge here is beveled, and what that's going to do is it's going to take this hard transition and turn it into nice, smooth, consistent geometry. And this is what you need to be doing whenever you're using offset cut. And now if I try to use it, you're going to see the LSelect feature actually works just fine with no issues. And now when I run the offset cut, I have a lot more buffer. I can kind of play with the settings, put the factor to 1, that's fine, or you can try 3, whatever works. And you can also perhaps try using the smooth value, and sometimes that'll give you even cleaner results. And just like that, we have a very nice fusion to the mesh. So that's it on Mesh Machine. There are other features in Mesh Machine, but they're pretty self-explanatory, and we have other videos on those. I really wanted to show you the offset cut feature and the LSelect feature because it's incredibly valuable, and it's a very easy way to get these tricky forms that you would otherwise have to probably create in a CAD software. So pretty crazy stuff. Hope this helps you out. Hope you start using it a bit more and can get some value out of your projects with this add-on. So if you don't have it, I'll link it in the description. And that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.